Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my WrestleMania 35 card predictions videos. It is the grand stage of them all. We're now in the 35th iteration of WrestleMania, and this is going to be a very special WrestleMania for yours truly. I will be in attendance at MetLife Stadium with over 80,000 screaming WWF fans, and it's going to be phenomenal. WrestleMania is always a show I look forward to. What matches can we potentially see on the card this year? We already have two announced matches. We have the Beast, Brock Lesnar, versus the Man, Seth freaking Rollins, for the Universal Championship. And in our main event, what I would like to see main event, we have Ronda Rousey versus the Man, Becky Lynch. So those two matches are official. What will the rest of the card be? That's what I'm going to come up with right now, so feel free to leave a like, a comment down below. Hashtag WrestleMania 35, baby! Showcase of the Immortals, 60 days and counting. Be there or be square. So without further ado, let's get into my card predictions. We'll start with the pre-show and work our way to the top. First here we have the Sensational Sherry Invitational Battle Royale. I think it would be very nice to name this after Sensational Sherry, considering everything that she's, done for professional wrestling history, and I feel kind of is overlooked at times. She was an incredible manager, one of the greatest female talents we've ever had. So if you're going to name that Battle Royale after somebody, why not name it the Sensational Sherry Invitational? I think it would be a nice tribute to one of the all-time greats, Sherry. We then have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Goes without explaining. I think we will see that match here at WrestleMania. And we got our two Battle Royales here. Likewise, we have the Cruiserweight Championship. Now, keep in mind, I haven't been keeping up much with 205 Live, so unfortunately, it comes to that regard. But I think this could be a nice match here. We have the Cruiserweight Champion, Buddy Murphy, taking on Tony Nese. So that's my Cruiserweight Championship match. And those are the three matches that I have here for the WrestleMania pre-show. Now, move from the pre-show to the main show here. And right here on my card, I have a ladder match for the United States Championship. I have Shinsuke Nakamura, who I think will eventually regain the United States Championship, defending his title, like I said, in a ladder match against the opponents of Jeff Hardy, who goes without saying is a thrill seeker and is tailor-made for being in a ladder match for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. R-Truth, who currently is the United States Champion. Not sure how long he will hold the U.S. Champion, especially heading into WrestleMania, versus Samoa Joe, versus Mustafa Ali, versus Rusev. So I feel like this would be a nice way to get all these guys on the card, spruce up the United States Championship match, and it's WrestleMania. You always got to have a ladder match, right? It goes without saying. So that's my United States Championship match. I have Shane McMahon versus The Miz. We all assume that a turn is coming in this feud. It's only a matter of time. So my theory is The Miz is going to turn on Shane. Plus, The Miz is a natural heel. He's a heel, as Jim Cornette would say. So yeah, Shane McMahon versus The Miz. But I have a little stipulation to kind of spice things up. Add a little bit of sizzle to this contest, folks. Shane McMahon versus The Miz in a street fight. There you go. That's the way you could add to this match. Like I said, singles match would just be okay, but I think with the street fight stipulation, especially with Shane McMahon doing something crazy at WrestleMania, we all know he's going to have a match. So I figured the best way to get my intrigue heading into this match, had a street fight stipulation. That would make things interesting, to say the least. We then move on here to, this is an interesting match here. Since we have women's tag team titles coming, I don't feel there's a need to have two sets of men's tag titles. I feel you can do the same situation with the men as you do with the women. Have one set of, traveling tag team champions. So in this match, my prediction is that the Usos will eventually gain those SmackDown Tag Team titles, whether at Elimination Chamber or Fastlane. They're your SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The Revival became the #1 contenders for the Raw Tag Team titles. Have them beat Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. And you do the Usos versus the Revival in a match to unify the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championships into the unified WWE Tag Team Championships. I think the Usos versus a Revival is a dream tag team match for me. I'm sure some of you out there, considering how, lackluster the Revival's run has been on the main roster, give them the tag team titles. You put them in a match against the Usos, I think they could tear the house down if given enough time here at WrestleMania. So what more do you want? Well, don't worry, there's more coming, folks. But in terms of tag team championship matches, I think that would be the match to do here at WrestleMania. Next up here on my WrestleMania predictions, Andrade, still saying Cena, Almas, sue me, oh well, versus Rey Mysterio in a hair versus mask match. And I feel there are either two stipulations you can do with this match. You can be for the United States Championship, but in my card, we're having a ladder match. So in this case, hair versus mask, Cien Almas versus Rey Mysterio. The story is simple. Cien Almas, the young upstart, wants to become, almost like the next Rey Mysterio, but he wants to put Rey Mysterio down. He's like Old Yeller. As Shawn Michaels told Ric Flair he's going to take him out back. They love that dog, but they had to put that dog down. So Andrade is going to do the same thing to Rey Mysterio. But you up the stipulation. Rey Mysterio's mask, the symbol of luchador, symbol of his Mexican heritage. The mask is so important and it's considered sacred in the lucha libre, style and the culture from Mexico. Put that on the line versus Andrade's hair. I think it would up things even more, and they would have a phenomenal match. That would be a great opening match for WrestleMania 35. For the Intercontinental Championship, triple threat match, Bobby Lashley as Intercontinental Champion versus Braun Strowman versus Finn Balor. It was tough, thinking, what do you do with Strowman? What do you do with Balor? So I think having these three vie for the Intercontinental Championship, to me is the next best thing. Like I said, I would have loved to have seen Balor versus Lesnar too, Demon versus Beast, but they're obviously not going in that direction. So I think the next best thing for Finn Balor is the challenge for that Intercontinental Championship. It could be a nice little triple threat match here, and hopefully Balor would pick up the win and win the Intercontinental title. For the Women's Tag Team Championships, I would love to see Bayley and Sasha Banks win at the Elimination Chamber, becoming the new Women's Tag Team Champions. And I feel like a dream match for me would be to have them face Trish Stratus and Lita for the Women's Tag Team titles. Do you imagine all four of these women going at it here at WrestleMania? Past versus the present. The story writes itself. Hey, it's something that I've been advocating for, and now that we're getting the Women's Tag Team Championships, I couldn't think of a bigger match you could do on the grand stage of WrestleMania than Sasha and Bayley versus Trish and Lita. Moving up the card here, I have John Cena versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is still a rising star here in World Wrestling Entertainment on the Raw brand. And, called out John Cena. He's taken out John Cena. It would be a match I'd like to see. They teased this program. Cena is obviously, if he's going to be back for Mania, he's going to need a dance partner. Couldn't think of somebody better than Drew McIntyre. And if Drew gets a win over Cena, which is what I would have happen, that would be a huge win for somebody like Drew McIntyre. Because if McIntyre ain't challenged, he's not challenging for the Universal title, I think facing John Cena at a WrestleMania would be the next best thing. AJ Styles, he needs a dance partner at WrestleMania. I'm going with the Viper, Randy Orton. This has been a match I've wanted to see for a long, long time. Styles versus Orton. They had one match on SmackDown. It was good, but you give these two time in front of 80,000 people at MetLife Stadium for WrestleMania, couldn't imagine what they'd be able to do. That phenomenal forearm into the RKO counter, still waiting for it. Styles versus Orton, a match I'd like to see myself at WrestleMania 35. And then finally here, Daniel Bryan, the WWE Champion, the new Eco Championship, and I love that little touch that he had there. I think Bryan's been killing it as a heel here on the SmackDown brand. He added Eric Rowan. Perhaps could we see Luke Harper return and join his ranks? If that happens, I think it opens the door for Daniel Bryan and a returning Bray Wyatt to battle it out for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. These two have history. Bray's been gone for a long, long time. What is he going to do? Is he ever going to come back? He will renew this rivalry. They had a phenomenal match of the year candidate. Remember, at the Royal Rumble 2014, I was there for that. I was going, yes, yes, yes. History writes itself. Daniel Bryan kind of taking Bray Wyatt's place as the leader of this new version. I mean, it's not the Wyatt family, but it would be Luke Harper, Eric Rowan in my scenario here. If Bray come back as a baby face, which I would love to see, kind of a repackaged, change up on the gimmick that he's been doing here. He'd be fresh. We haven't seen him since August. Him versus Bryan, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania would be a match I'd like to see, because outside John Cena, I don't know who else would challenge Daniel Bryan. You could do Samoa Joe, but here on my card, I have a returning Bray Wyatt challenging Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. And finally, we have Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, the Universal Championship, and Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. So that is my WrestleMania 35 card predictions videos. I want to say thank you to the Club of the Man 1993 for creating these phenomenal graphics, as always. And he will, of course, be with me at WrestleMania 35. And, of course, I will have tremendous coverage of WrestleMania 35. I'm going to be doing a WrestleMania 35 vlog. Also looking for other ideas to do for WrestleMania 35 weekend. I'm going to be doing some live reactions videos as I'm at MetLife Stadium, broadcasting live at the Showcase of the Immortals, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be a hell of a weekend in less than 60 days, guys. WrestleMania will be here before you know it, and I cannot wait to be there. So that does it for this video. I want to say thank you all for watching. Be sure to click my like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at DanielGuys412. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/DanielGuys1994. The links can be found down below in the description box. Also, be sure to check out the 2 interviews that I recently did with the Kickmaster Ben Garten of the Kane Action Team in East Coast Martial Arts. Give that video some love. Be sure to check out Ben Garten's channels. The links can be found in that video. And also, my interview with my good friend Rustig B. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel and all of his links in that interview as well. So that does it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching as we continue on the road to WrestleMania. Take care, guys.